Chapter 1. In the far-out realm of Pretensiano lived a rather trying farmer by the name of Melvin. There, I said it. Not an impressive name. We can only blame his parents. Unimaginatively, the place where our character dwelled was set in the medieval period, when the military rode horses, kings wore crowns, and tax collectors knocked on straw-bound doors. It was bad enough they turned up to begin with, then expected you to pay over another 3 gold. Sorry, as I was saying, the roads never got fixed, no matter how much those taxes went up. Yes, I am talking to you, our highness, sitting there on your throne. He and his Gestapo came riding in on their high horses, telling us what to do. I should stop writing this and give them a piece of my mind. An hour has gone by, and I have reconsidered my position. All hail King Bonebreaker and his non-tyrannical rule. Back to the farmer, whom you have probably forgotten about. His nightly ritual involved getting blind drunk whenever he could afford it, which was not often. Sometimes he would watch a candle burn and hope it lasted until sunset. I am not one to judge. The blooming weirdo. One morning, preceded by a collection of lesser uneventful mornings, he awakened to the same old routine. He got up out of his rickety bed, as did the bedbugs for a stretch, and looked out the front window. And what a sight it was to behold! On the outskirts of the kingdom he could see the castle with its fortifications, the bellowing chimneys of townhouses as people lit fires to heat their porridges. Life felt good, despite being called Melvin. Seriously, who names a child that... Sorry, I did it again. My therapist told me to recite numbers up to 10, but I am terrible with them. You can count on that. When our friend, putting it loosely, went to the rear of his shack, something else entirely greeted him. Was it bad? Perhaps. Was it terrible? Maybe. He pulled the moth-eaten curtain back and... Oh, my lord, the fields are on fire! Melvin dashed outside, tripping even though there was not a step in sight. Rows of corn were scorched to nothing but popcorn. This meant trekking across the entire field with a bucket, bending down to pick up tiny scattered pieces. And here's the thing. Compared to recent events, this was a positive. One of those dodgy wizards with the oddly long sleeves had sold him a potion at the local tavern. They promised his crops would grow overnight. For once, someone with a long beard truly did deliver something before sunrise. To you, this pushes the plot. To dear old Melvin, this could have been the end of his livelihood. It is not all about you, you know. What caused this? Like you have not read the title of this book. Out in the distance, at the back of the farm, sat a large and rather impressive mountain. Impressive, at least, by tourism standards. You're probably thinking, let me guess, there is a dragon living up there. Investing time into the story is your doing, not mine, and the answer may surprise you. It also may not. Above this mountain swelled a mighty portal, a collage of pinks, purples, and other pretty shades. Fill in the blanks, will you? And out came a dragon. Shh, you. It is called reading, not questioning. A bunch of clumping dragons pancaked onto the peak like a flock of clumsy, overfed pigeons. What a sight for poor Melvin. After all the tax he and I spend. Sorry, sire. The dragons' landings knocked them stupider than nature intended. Off they scurried in all directions, spreading joy to everyone they came across. Whether using the elderly's bones for toothpicks, crashing into homesteads while trying to outrun their own shadows, or finding themselves on a list for being housed in a new lair. A lair we are paying for, might I add? So sorry, sire. What brought this blessing to humanity? The worst scourge imaginable. A writer. Just like this one. I am having to read these childish scribbles. What a complete... On further advisement, the writing in this tale is rather good. Thank you to the good folks at Hot Wales Homestead for realigning one's jaw. Now that I have been politely persuaded to continue, I shall. Not all heroes wear capes, and neither did the do-gooding writer who caused this calamity. It was said, because no one around here understood sign language, that a magical writer placed a spell on the land. Wherever dragons are written into books, their spirits would wind up in Pretensiano. As I am explaining this, Melvin is looking upon the destruction as he always does, eyes half open, envying his dead ancestors. The reason for this spell, and depending who you ask, curse? Well, only a better writer could explain that, could he not? Moving on after my second jaw realignment. It was rumoured that the person responsible had a teeny tiny mental breakdown. This put the king, who I did not vote for, in an awkward position. How does one rule when the future population will be almost entirely fire-breathing, and those who do not breathe fire will simply be on fire?